All right, welcome back to the Week 1 recap. So we'll just dive right into it because it's just a recap, and of course I'll do the predictions every Thursday. This particular week, I don't know. Let me. I didn't watch every game. I attempted to. I have the Red Zone channel. I think I fell asleep for most of the midday games, but some of the games I did watch. We had some different things happen. There were some things that happened last night that allowed a player to win who's always rebuilding. He won off bench points because he tied. Somebody lost this week because the best running back, in my opinion, in football fumbled at the end of the game, which also let the Buffalo Bills pull out a victory, but that affected a game. So here we go. I mean, some of the scores were kind of lopsided, so it didn't always affect. But I know for a fact there were 2 out of our 5 games that were affected by errors. Let's call them errors. So first game of the week, Tatanka Blanco, myself, versus Downtown St. Brown. I don't know, every year hangs a gay Broncos flag on his fence. I don't know why, but it's whatever. I'm not against it or anything. I'm just saying historically football's like this rough and tough sport, but he continues to put rainbow flags on his fence. So no, I'm a little tossed by it. It's totally okay. I guess gay Broncos are a thing. So this first game, Tatanka Blanco, 80, Downtown St. Brown, 73. This game was projected. I thought I said maybe 15. I don't remember. I would have to type that in, and honestly, I'm not going to backtrack to look at it. The point is that it went down exactly the way I had projected. I'm going to be honest, though. I did get a little nervous because Lamar Jackson scored 33 points, and the game got closer. At one point, I think I was up 40, 50, something like that. So you shouldn't pop off, but I did, and he only had 2 players left. And I'm like, well, 50 points, how are they going to make that up? It's a lot. Lamar Jackson, turns out he's pretty good. So it got iffy for a minute. There was I don't remember what happened at the end. It created some separation. So final score, 80-73, not that big a deal, 1-0. Next we have Rusty Buckets of Dookie versus Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew, 2-time winner in a row, back-to-back champion, which is weird because I was the People's Champion 5 years in a row. I threw the game last year because he paid me to lose on purpose, and the year before that. So I still got the People's Champ trophy. It's not really that big a deal. I did call this one, which is odd. For the past seasons, that's an odd call to make when you go against the back-to-back champion to take Rusty Buckets of Dookie, who I think he did come around pretty good last year. One time he won it in like 10 years, but other than that, it's usually the worst player in fantasy. This year, I see it going a little different. There's like 3-4 people I would never draft, and he did. And I know he was highly touted, but Ashton Genty, I'm putting him in the same category as Clyde Edwards-Helaire. When they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like, oh man, he's going to be big. He's playing for the Chiefs. It's going to free up the running game because he got Patrick Mahomes, and he sucked. And guess who else sucks? The guy who followed him up, Pacheco, sucks. Those are people I would never have on my roster. Never, ever, never, ever. Well, you got Genty. I'm not, this week it worked out for you, but terrible pick. But your lineup overall is better. Amarion Hampton, he was way less than he was supposed to be. Josh Allen, though, I'm going to be honest, he was exactly where he was supposed to be. He scored 42 points this week. The projection was 24, but it's Josh Allen. We all know he's going to average 40 a week. That's a good draft. Probably drafted him. Well, you definitely drafted him earlier than I would have taken a quarterback, but when your quarterback makes up for 4 other positions, depending on which team you're talking about, makes up for 6 other positions. Yeah, good pickup. The problem with Wrecking Crew is he took Bo Nix, and Bo Nix sucks. He wasn't great anyway. Their defense is good. That's probably what won them games. Bo Nix, definitely, he scored half of his projection. Sadly, on his bench, you had Herbert, Wrecking Crew. That would have accounted for a few more points. Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, excuse me. That's the next one down the line. Oh, okay, my bad. Let's get to it. You have Pacheco. Why would anybody take Pacheco? I would have put Travis Etienne any day, and I know he's even splitting carries. I know he wasn't even really supposed to be the starter. He's like, halftime with whoever else is there. Pacheco, never. I would never have Pacheco in my lineup. You also had Cortland Sutherland on there, which did catch some passes. He actually had more points than his quarterback. Kind of odd. Anyway, you got blasted 2 for 2. Next is Willie Nelson versus Lamborghini. Willie Nelson, I was rooting for you. Your lineup looks okay. I never would have taken Brock Bowers that high. For one, who's going to throw him the football? He has a different quarterback. If the same quarterback was there last year, if the same quarterback from last year would have been there this year, okay, take Brock Bowers. They're going to throw him the ball 200 times a game. Geno Smith, it's Geno Smith. How long has he been in the league? And how many years has he been good? 1, 2, max? Come on, now. Anyway, I did take Lamborghini this week. The score, Lamborghini, was Kane Rice, Willie Nelson, your Kyle. 115-72. It was an absolute landslide. Chuba Hubbard scored more than he was supposed to for Lamborghini. Puka Nacua scored more than he was supposed to. So did Marvin Harrison Jr. Nobody's really shocked by that. I'm a tad shocked by Marvin Harrison Jr. I know he has all the potential, but he really wasn't that good last year. But Hubbard, that's the big one. That's the guy you stole from me, the pick before I was about to make it in the draft. That one hurt my feelings, but I did call that one. That is 3 for 3, which is, hey, 3 for 3 so far. Next, we have Better Call Per Saul, which is Will. Will, I don't know if the world knows, because I really just make this for the league, and if you look at the views, the only people that watch it are people in the league. But in case somebody out there is watching, Better Call Per Saul, Will, he is in the Professional Honduras Basketball League. That's a big title. I think they're paying him big sponsorships down there. I think they're giving him a bag of rice and maybe some bugs or whatever. But and possibly just like as a delicacy down there, maybe even matches, so he didn't have to do it himself. But so there's Will. You're doing pretty good there, Will. It's you won 82-80 versus Red Nuts. That particular one, to be honest, could have went the other way. All of your roster, Jahmyr Gibbs was definitely low, Will. But really, Joe Burrow probably was the decision maker in this scenario. Red Nuts had Joe Burrow, who had a terrible week, an absolutely terrible week. He did have a quarterback on his bench, Caleb Williams, who would have pushed him over the edge. But all that being aside, Will, you have Ibuka, Better Call Per Saul. I know I'm all over the map, but this is for the guys in the league. Everybody knows who people have. Ibuka was supposed to be big this year. All camp, they were saying he was somebody special, and turns out he was. Scored 10 more points than he was supposed to. Red Nuts in general, the fact that, Joe Burrow kind of got you this week, very low numbers, but you have Caleb Williams. Who drafts Caleb Williams? He paints his fingernails. To be honest, Caleb Williams needs to play for the Broncos. That's what needs to happen. And I guarantee if you drop Caleb Williams and he got traded to the Broncos, Billy Jack or Downtown St. Brown would cut donuts to pick him up. He's like, oh my gosh, he's my favorite quarterback. And Billy would probably start painting his fingernails, and Billy would start wearing women's clothes and a bunch of other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? Have I owned a women's shirt before? Maybe. And if it wasn't an actual women's shirt, it looked like it. So, I've done that, but you would take it to a whole different level if you got traded to the Broncos. Either way, Will won 82-80. Better Call Per Saul. I'm 4 for 4. Rebuilding season, you won off technicality. It was a tie game, and in our league, the bench points is who breaks the tie. Your bench points annihilated Ross's, but Ross, had you put in... Man, Ross, you had 34 receiving points sitting on your bench, and your two number one, and you had 30 between two people. You had 34 receiving points on your bench. Your starting receivers this week had 2, 5, 3. You had 10 points in 3 receivers. You could have had 24 extra points on your bench. Definitely would have pushed you over the edge, but that's not the way I called it. Rebuilding season, you went off technicality, 91-91. I did send a text during the game because I thought you blew it. And to be honest, that fumble at the end of the game from the best running back in the league, Derrick Henry, also allowed you to win. Hey, it's what it is. I'm 5 for 5. I mean, am I a fantasy genius? I don't know. People think I am. I probably am, to be honest. Top 3 in the world for knowing a bunch of stuff. So good week. We'll get back to the recap this week. It's only Tuesday. I don't know who's actually going to shake out at this point. I do know Kittles is out. Don't know who has him, but he's out for weeks. Purdy may not play this week. Don't really know anybody else, but if you have those guys, we'll see what the recap brings. Anyway, you guys have the best good day.